Hi everyone, it's Marissa from bumblebeeapothecary.com, and today I'm going to bring you along in a vlog style video, and I'm going to show you how we use minerals in our day-to-day life. So in today's vlog style video, I'm bringing you along and showing you a bunch of the different ways that we like to include minerals in our day-to-day life. So minerals are so important for so many different things. You may have heard principles like from the Weston A. Price Foundation about how important minerals are for bone health and growing children and all different kinds of things like that. Minerals are also very important because they're very calming to the nervous system. They are helpful for healthy hormones, just so many different things. And I am showing different products from a company called Baja Gold. There's also their sister company, C90 Ocean Minerals. So I'm showing you how we like to incorporate these products to get minerals in our daily life. Baja Gold is a salt that you've heard me talk about lots and lots of times on my channel. It is one of my most favorite mineral salts out there. There are two that I think are the best in terms of mineral content, and Baja Gold is my personal favorite when it comes to taste for cooking. And I also think it's so awesome how they have recently expanded their product line and included some more products that they didn't previously have. So there's gardening products, livestock minerals, bath salts, liquid mineral drops. I'm so excited to share these with you. So let's jump into the vlog, and I'm just going to kind of take you through my day and show you how we use minerals in our day-to-day life. And then also, you guys, I'm really excited. I've partnered with Baja Gold to do a giveaway. This is celebrating the launch of both their new packaging. If you've used their products before or seen them before in my videos, you'll notice that they have brand new packaging. And so in celebration of the new packaging and then also launching new products, we are doing a giveaway. So the giveaway is going to be hosted over on my Instagram. So it's at Bumblebee Apothecary. There'll be a link down in the description box so you can head on over to my Instagram, look for this post, and enter the giveaway. But there's going to be 3 different products being given away to 3 different winners. A salt, so the culinary salt, sea salt for cooking. There's also going to be the liquid ocean minerals given away, and then also the bath salts. So the ocean mineral soak is also going to be a giveaway item. So head on over to Instagram and be sure to enter the giveaway. Huge thank you to Baja Gold Sea Salt for sponsoring today's video. One of the things that I love to do to start my day off, first thing right when I get up, is to start by drinking water. So I have my Berkey water filter for filtering water, and then I like to add minerals back to it. So I was so excited when Baja Gold came out with these liquid ocean minerals. So it's like trace mineral drops, their version of trace mineral drops. And I was so excited because it's like the most wholesome form of these. There's a lot of mineral drops that you can buy that have like the sodium taken out or anything, but this is complete. Like they didn't take anything out or change it. It's just pure, wonderful ocean minerals in the right balance that it comes to us in nature. So really excited. I've really been liking these. They add a really nice flavor to the water just by remineralizing it. There's nothing else added. They're just pure minerals, but I've been really happy with them. So it's a way to get in some extra electrolytes, extra minerals, just add minerals back to water, because traditionally that's how our bodies would be getting minerals, is through the water. But in our modern day, when water has gone through treatment plants and lots of filtering and different things like that, it doesn't have the minerals in it. So adding those back is a wonderful thing to do. So starting off my day, I get my water, add drops to it. I will do, usually for about a quart size container like I'm using here, I will add 2 dropperfuls. You can also take these a different way by just putting some under your tongue. So 1 dropperful under your tongue and hold for 1 minute before swallowing. Are there directions for using it that way? So that's another way that you can do it. But I also like adding them to my water as well. And then this morning I'm going to go ahead and get some breakfast going. So today I'm doing some eggs on toast. So I'm just cooking some eggs and butter in a pan, and then toasting some sourdough sprouted rye bread in the toaster oven, and then we're going to have the eggs on top of the toast. So I like to crack all of my eggs into one pitcher and put them in the pan all at once. That way they cook at the same time rather than taking the time to crack them individually. So I'm just going to crack those and then get those cooking into the pan. And then I'm going to do a little sprinkle of pepper on the eggs, and then also a sprinkle of the mineral sea salt. So I've talked about the importance of a high quality mineral salt when it comes to cooking and following the GAPS diet or a Weston A. Price Nourishing Traditions, Wise Traditions style diet, because nutrients are so important, right? We're trying to eat very nutrient dense when we're eating these ways. And so having a high quality mineral sea salt is so important, I find, because it does such a great job of supplying those minerals, and it also tastes amazing, and it really enhances the flavor of food so nicely. So Baja Gold has a couple of different sea salts. They have a couple of different sizes. They have a natural grain, which is more of a coarser grain. And then they also have a fine grind as well. So I like this one more for adding to baking or something like that, where you don't want a coarse texture as much, but I love both of them. And then they also have a salt grinder. So it's the coarser textured salt in a grinder that you can just add to food as you're serving it. So what I like to do is add some salt while I'm cooking, and then also add a little bit more when we're serving it. Either I'll do it myself or let people add it so that it's to taste. Because I do find that it's very important, like Dr. Natasha of the GAPS diet talks about, being in tune with your body, listening to what tastes good and following that, because your body is so wise and it knows what it needs when it comes to these real nutrients. But like I mentioned before, there are two types of sea salt, two companies that make sea salt that are my favorite as far as nutrient quality, but Baja Gold is my favorite, is my winner of the two when it comes to taste. I also really love Baja Gold sea salt because it is very high in magnesium, and that is a nutrient that so many of us are deficient in, and we find it so helpful when we are able to have more of it in different ways. And so I love that Baja Gold sea salt is high in magnesium as well as lots of other minerals. And then also one thing that I love is that it's a very clean sea salt. It doesn't have microplastics and lead and different things like that I know have been a concern about different things from salts in general. So it's very high quality, very clean, and it tastes amazing. And then I am back in the kitchen now to start getting some lunch ready. So we just did various things this morning, working on laundry. We were coming back from being out of town for a little bit, so there was a ton of laundry to catch up on. So working on washing that and getting that put away. And then also my dad is in town today, so he stopped by for a little visit. So I'm just doing various things around the house that I didn't really pull the camera out for. But now it's lunchtime, so I'm just heating up some beef stew that I had from... I actually froze this before we went out of town because I knew we'd want something ready to go when we came back. So it was really helpful to have that ready to go. So I have that. I'm just putting it into a little pan on the stove to heat that up. It did, when I was tasting it the other day, I remembered that it could use some more salt. So I will definitely plan on adding some more salt from the grinder when it's ready to serve that up and eat it. This afternoon, when my youngest is down for a nap, I have some projects that I need to work on outside, and I have our batch of new laying hen chicks. They are in our brooder. The brooder has like 2 sections here, and they're big enough now that I want to kind of split them up and move them so that there's half of the chicks in one side of the brooder and half in the other, so that they are not too crowded. So I'm going to clean out their waters, get them more water, get the other side of the brooder ready so that I can split them up and move them over there. So while I'm dealing with their waters, which by the way, I can see that we need to put some more little pieces of wood under these to keep them raised up out of the wood chips so they're not scratching and kicking wood chips in them and filling them up like this. I'm going to show you the livestock minerals that C90, which is the related company together with Baja Gold. It's like the garden livestock part of the company. They have these premium mineral salt for all classes of livestock and equine, and I talked to them a little bit about how you can use them for chickens as well. So it's a couple different ways that you can do it. You can add a pinch to their water. You can also sprinkle a little bit for them to peck at. So what I did is I actually sprinkled it on their little dish of grit so that they could peck at that. And then also in another recent vlog style video, I talked about how we are working on moving. We have plans to move to something with hopefully some more acreage. We've been actively looking at properties and trying to find the right one for us. We actually today went and looked at one that seems very, very promising, so we'll see. There's, of course, lots of hoops to jump through before we would actually move to it and, you know, move forward with that. But I'll definitely keep you guys posted, and we'll see kind of where we end up. But anyway, what I'm getting at is they have these livestock minerals, and as we expand our animals and have some more different livestock, we're hoping for pigs. We're not sure exactly if we want to do goats, maybe sheep. For sure we want to do some cattle of some type, probably more poultry like ducks, things like that. Anyway, but as we're expanding our animals, we're going to be using their livestock minerals for all of them, and I'm really excited to bring you guys along and show all the different uses for them, because just like people, having high quality, well-sourced minerals are super important and helpful. All right, so we're getting the other side of the brooder ready. Got some new wood chips to spread around in there. My helpers are helping me spread those around. Gonna put a waterer in there for them, a feeder, a little dish of grit, and I have their water with a pinch of the livestock minerals and also a splash of apple cider vinegar. And then I'm also putting a little bit of the minerals on their grit tray for them to peck at, and just moving half of the chicks over. And then I'm also giving them a nice big bunch of grass and dandelions and things like that to eat, because since they're in here, they're not able to free range and get those things themselves. So it just is really good for them to have the fresh plants to eat, and it gives them something to do. And then another product that we're using today from C90 Ocean Minerals is their Grower Series Liquid Mineralizer. It's natural plant nutrition. So it comes in a liquid form or a powdered form, and these are concentrated so that you dilute them yourself. So I'm putting 1/2 ounce of the liquid into a gallon of water, and then the recommended instructions are to spray it onto plants. And I don't have a sprayer to use at the moment, so I'm just going to be using a watering can and just sprinkling it lightly onto the plants. But I'm going ahead and mixing that up, and then I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle it onto some different plants in my garden. They also have this product called Foundation Natural Soil Nutrition, and this is a really good one. They recommend to use this in the off season. So right now is the growing season, obviously, so I'm using the other product. The liquid mineralizer is for the growing season, but this other one, the foundation one, is for the off season. So that's going to be really great too, to help build the soil up and replenish it during the off season, because we know that healthy soil means healthier vegetables, healthier food. So I have some tomato plants here, so I'm giving them a little bit. I also have some squash plants, some pumpkin plants. I have a green bean plant that it's actually my son's plant that he started. And then over here is my herb bed, which is so weedy. Oh, I haven't done anything. I feel very overwhelmed about this. I have some pretty nice established herbs in there now, but it's also overrun with grass. But I'm just giving the herbs a nice sprinkle. I'm giving my strawberry plants a good sprinkle. So yeah, I feel very minimalist, and like I've taken a little bit of a step back from the garden this year just because we do plan to move and I don't want to get too much going. So there's a couple beds, as you can see right behind me, that are just full of weeds and don't have anything actually planted in them. But we have onions in another bed, and all those other things, just to have something going, because I feel like that's better than just not doing anything. because we don't really know for sure how much longer we're going to be here. But so yeah, that's where we're at with gardening this year, just doing a kind of the bare minimum so that we've got some things going, but not investing too much time and energy in it. And then we come inside from working outside. It's kind of a warm day. I'm going to mix up a homemade electrolyte drink that I love to use. So this is a great recipe to know. It's very, very easy. It really takes the place of any type of purchased electrolyte drink for whatever need you have. It is so much better than those because you avoid all the different sugars and artificial colors and flavors and whatever they might have. And it's really helpful for exercising, working outside in the heat, sickness, any time that you need to really be hydrated and also keep electrolytes balanced. So the way that I make this is to first squeeze some fresh lemon juice into a container. So I'm just using a quart mason jar. And then to that I will add some raw honey. This is a nice big glass container of raw local honey. It's actually local to Texas. I bought it at a farmer's market when I was on my trip down there recently. And so I'm just adding a spoonful of that and then some of the liquid ocean minerals as well. And then stir that all together so that the honey is dissolved and mixed well throughout, and everything's all mixed and ready to drink. So the honey amount is to taste. You can add more or less depending on what you like, and I feel like the liquid ocean minerals are the same thing. You may feel like adding more, you may feel like adding less. It kind of just goes to taste, what your body wants depending on its needs. And so as you can see, the recipe is kind of a loose one. You can just adapt it to what you are wanting at the moment, but it's really tasty, really refreshing, really helps replenish those electrolytes. And then a little bit later today, we are in the kitchen getting dinner going. So I have kind of a special fun dinner tonight because it's actually my husband's birthday at the time of filming. And so I am making patty melts. I am really low on the sprouted sourdough spelt bread, and so I have some other sourdough bread that I picked up. It's also long fermented, good quality grains and all of that, and so I will use that sometimes to fill in. But I have some grass-fed beef patties that I'm cooking in the stove. I'm going to butter the sides of the bread, get that on. Got some Swiss cheese to start melting. And then I'm also going to slice up some onions, saute those so they're nice and soft and sweet, and then just assemble everything together, grill the other side of the bread of the sandwich, and then these are going to be ready to serve. And while the burgers are cooking, of course, I'm going to go ahead and season them with some ground pepper and then also grinding some of the Baja Gold sea salt on them as well. And then I'm also sauteing some broccoli in a pan for some vegetables to go alongside. While we were at the store, my daughter picked out broccoli. She thought that would be nice to have along with the meal, so we're going to go with that. And then I'm also cooking a grass-fed beef patty with some Swiss cheese on it on its own in the pan. This is going to be with no bread because my youngest is not eating bread yet, and so he'll just have a nice grass-fed patty with melted Swiss cheese on top, along with the vegetables, and then I'll also probably give him some butternut squash because he eats quite a bit of that to kind of fill in his meals as well. And then later this evening, it's time for baths, so my kids are taking baths, and I love to fit them in for myself as often as I can as well. Dr. Natasha in the GAPS diet talks about how important detox baths are for detox support and relieving die-off symptoms and all these different things, but they're wonderful for so many other things too, like restful sleep and easing sore muscles and all kinds of things. So Baja Gold has recently added this ocean mineral soak to their product line, which I'm really excited about. So it has Epsom salt and their sea salt combined, and then there's a plain unscented version, and there's also one with lavender, which smells so good. And so I'm going ahead and adding some of that to the bath. You can add 1 or 2 cups of it to a bathtub, and it just dissolves right in. So nice. And then last thing in the evening before going to sleep, I like to fill up my water container again, just like I did first thing in the morning. So begin my day with mineralized water and end my day with mineralized water is what I love to do. It's really nice for starting your day, and I also find it's really nice for ending the day because, like I said before, minerals are very calming to the nervous system. They are helpful for sleep and so many other things, so I just like to make sure that I've got my water ready to go before going to bed. So just adding the same thing. My water thing was about half full, so I'm just adding 1 dropper full this time. And again, this is really to taste what amount seems good to you, and I like just adding about 1 dropper per pint of water or so. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed coming along in this vlog style video while I showed how we include minerals in our life on a daily basis. I hope that you are as excited as I am about the new products from Baja Gold and C90 Ocean Minerals. Make sure to go over and check out the giveaway on Instagram. Again, there will be a link down below in the description box for where you can enter the giveaway to win some culinary salt from Baja Gold, their liquid ocean minerals, or the ocean mineral soak. All the information on how to enter will be over on my Instagram. Just go over there and look for the picture of the Baja Gold products. Also, head on down to that description box for links to all of the Baja Gold and C90 ocean mineral products that I have mentioned in this video if you're interested in checking any of them out. And if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with anybody else you think would find it interesting or helpful. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I get out new videos every week on nourishing recipes and natural living. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.